Ever wondered what makes a great leader stand out in any social circle? Leadership is a potent combination of strategy and character, but if you must be without one, be without strategy. The power of leadership lies in its ability to inspire and influence others, to create a sense of belonging, and to drive change. But how does one gain this power, this control over their social lives, family, and friends? Let's delve into the art of leadership and the psychological tricks that underpin it. When we speak of leadership, we often picture individuals with charisma, confidence, and the ability to make sound decisions. But there's more to it than meets the eye. Effective leaders possess an understanding of human psychology, which they use to their advantage. Take Steve Jobs, for instance. His leadership style was often considered unconventional. Yet he managed to revolutionize the tech industry and create a loyal following. How did he do it? Well, Jobs was a master at using psychological tricks to gain loyalty and control within Apple. He was known for his reality distortion field, a term coined by his colleagues to describe his ability to convince himself and others to believe almost anything, using a mix of charm, charisma, bravado, hyperbole, marketing, appeasement, and persistence. Jobs had the uncanny ability to bend any fact or situation to fit his purpose, to inspire and motivate his team to achieve the impossible. But it's essential to understand that this power wasn't used to manipulate or dominate. Instead, Jobs used these psychological tricks to foster a culture of innovation, to push boundaries, and to create a company that is synonymous with cutting-edge technology and design. This is the essence of leadership. It's not about ruling with an iron fist or using fear to gain control. It's about understanding people, inspiring them, and guiding them towards a shared vision. As we can see, social power is not just about domination, but about influence and inspiration. Did you know that manipulation isn't always a negative trait? In fact, it's often used by successful leaders. Let's delve into the fascinating world of manipulation in social scenarios. It's not about deceit or control, but rather about understanding human behavior and using this knowledge to influence outcomes. Leaders in particular utilize these tactics to steer situations in their favor, to motivate people, and to effect change. Think about it. Every day we're surrounded by subtle forms of manipulation. From a child who knows exactly how to get their way with their parents, to a salesperson who can convince you that their product is exactly what you need, manipulation is an inherent part of human interaction. Let's consider a prime example of a leader who harnessed the power of manipulation for the greater good: Martin Luther King Jr. He was a master at manipulating emotions, but not for personal gain. Instead, he used this ability to rally support for the civil rights movement. When King delivered his iconic "I Have a Dream" speech, he wasn't merely sharing his vision. He was manipulating emotions, evoking a sense of empathy, outrage, and hope among his listeners. He knew how to craft his message in a way that resonated with people, making them feel part of a larger cause. King's words were carefully chosen to stir emotions, to incite action, and to inspire change. He used the power of language, the rhythm of his speech, and the strength of his convictions to manipulate the hearts and minds of his listeners. He didn't just speak to them, he made them feel, he made them believe, and most importantly, he made them act. In essence, King's manipulation was a form of leadership. He used it to create a shared vision, to motivate people, and to drive social change. His manipulation wasn't about deception or control, it was about inspiring and mobilizing people towards a common goal. So, the next time you hear the word manipulation, don't jump to negative conclusions. Remember, it's not always about deceit or control. It can be about leadership, motivation, and change. Manipulation, when used ethically, can be a powerful tool for positive change. Now, are you ready to learn some of these psychological tricks yourself? Imagine a world where you could subtly influence the thoughts and actions of others, not through coercion, but by understanding and tapping into the psychological undercurrents that dictate human behavior. These are not mere parlor tricks, but deeply ingrained principles that have been used by some of the greatest leaders in history. Take, for example, Mahatma Gandhi, a name synonymous with nonviolent resistance and profound leadership. Gandhi wasn't born a leader. He was an ordinary person who harnessed the power of psychological principles to lead India to independence. One of the most potent psychological tricks Gandhi employed was the power of consistency. People desire to appear consistent in their beliefs and actions. Gandhi, through his unwavering dedication to nonviolence, not only embodied this principle, but also encouraged it in others. This consistency in thought and action fostered trust, and inspired millions to follow his lead. Another psychological trick in Gandhi's arsenal was the principle of scarcity. We inherently place more value on things that are scarce or hard to obtain. Gandhi used this principle to turn the concept of freedom, a scarce commodity in colonial India, into a powerful motivation for his followers. Finally, Gandhi mastered the art of framing. He framed the struggle for independence not as a fight against the British, but as a fight for justice and equality. This positive framing motivated people to join his cause, not out of hatred for the oppressor, but out of love for justice and their fellow countrymen. These psychological tricks, among others, allowed Gandhi to mobilize a nation and change the course of history. And while we may not be leading revolutionary movements, these principles can be applied in everyday situations to gain power, influence, and control in our personal and professional lives. With the right psychological tricks, even the most ordinary person can become an effective leader. So, what have we learned today about social power, leadership, and psychological tricks? We've delved into the world of leadership, understanding that it's not about exerting authority, but about inspiring and guiding others towards a shared vision. It's about being a beacon of strength and stability, especially in times of uncertainty. We've also explored the art of manipulation, not as a tool for personal gain, but as a means to influence situations for the better. We've learned that it's about understanding people's motivations and using that knowledge to guide their actions in a positive direction. We've uncovered psychological tricks that can help us navigate social situations with finesse, subtly guiding conversations and decisions without imposing our will. But let's be clear, these tools are powerful and should be used responsibly. It's crucial to respect the autonomy and individuality of others. So let's move forward and apply these strategies wisely in our lives. Remember, everyone has the potential to be a great leader. It's all about understanding people and using your influence wisely.